Hi, loves, and welcome back to Metamorphosis, a healing journey. It's your favorite host, Tyra Wright. Today's episode is going to be a little vulnerable, a little educational, and honestly, probably a little healing for a lot of us listening. Because today, we're talking about fathers, or for some of us, the absence of one. And woo, this conversation can get deep real fast. Now, before we start, let me say this. This episode is not about blaming anybody. It's not about shaming single mothers. And it's not about saying every woman without a father grows up damaged. That's not true. But what is true is that our childhood experiences shape the way we love, communicate, trust, and survive as adults. And for me personally, my relationship with fatherhood was complicated before I even fully understood what it meant. Because my father was murdered when I was 12 years old. And when something traumatic happens that young, it changes you. Even when life keeps moving, even when you pretend you're okay, and even when you become strong. In this segment, we're going to talk about the men who were there, but it still felt different. Now, one thing I want to make clear is this. I wasn't completely without male figures. I had my mother's father around, I had my dad's father around, and I had uncles. So there were men present in my life. But having men around and having a father actively guiding are two completely different experiences. A father is usually one of the first examples a daughter has of love from a man. He teaches you, sometimes without even realizing, what it is, what protection feels like, what consistency feels like, and what safety feels like. And when you don't fully have that, you grow up trying to figure it out in real time. You start learning about men from experiences instead of instruction. And baby, experiences can be a rough teacher. Sometimes expensive too, emotionally expensive, mentally expensive, and spiritually expensive. You ever look back at somebody you dated and thought, ooh, that lesson almost took me out? Yeah, that part. Now we're going to move on to what the world calls daddy issues. Now, society loves throwing around the phrase daddy issues, and honestly, people say it as a joke most of the time. But if we're being real, a lot of women weren't dealing with daddy issues. They were dealing with abandonment, loss, inconsistency, emotional confusion, grief, and lack of protection. Or trying to understand why the man who helped create them wasn't emotionally available. That's heavy for a little girl. And what happens? Some women grow up constantly seeking validation from men. Some become hyper independent. Some tolerate unhealthy relationships because chaos feels familiar. Some push good men away because vulnerability feels unsafe. And some women become everything for everybody because they learned early no one was coming to save them. Woo! That one right there, that one hit me personally. Growing up without strong emotional guidance from a father can make you feel like you always have to survive, always have to prove yourself, always have to stay strong, always have to carry things alone. And after a while, strength stops feeling empowering and starts feeling exhausting. Now you may ask, how can all this shape dating? Let's talk about it. Listen, healing women everywhere are currently in group chat saying, girl, why did I ignore all those red flags? And honestly, sometimes it goes deeper than just bad choices. Sometimes it's connected to what felt normal growing up. Women who lacked healthy father relationships sometimes struggle with accepting bare minimum effort, confusing attention with love, fear of abandonment, over explaining themselves, becoming attached too quickly, trying to fix emotionally unavailable men, and feeling uncomfortable with consistency because chaos feels more familiar. And let me tell you something that blew my mind during healing. Healthy love can actually feel boring when you're used to emotional roller coasters. It's because your nervous system got addicted to survival mode. So when somebody calm comes along, you almost don't trust it. You waiting for the drama, waiting for the switch up, waiting for disappointment. Meanwhile, the man just asks you, what do you want from Starbucks? and you over there emotionally preparing for war. See, healing really be exposing us. Now let's discuss the women who became their own protector. One thing I've noticed about women who grew up without fathers, a lot of us become fiercely independent. And people praise it. They say, "You're so strong. You can handle everything. You don't need anybody." But sometimes that strength was born from necessity, not choice. Some little girls learned early, don't depend on anybody. Don't trust too deeply. Don't expect consistency. Figure it out yourself. And while independence is beautiful, it can become unhealthy when you no longer know how to receive love, how to help, how softness is, or how support look. That was a lesson healing had to teach me, because survival mode will have you treating rest like weakness. Meanwhile, your soul begging for peace. Now you may ask, how can we break the cycle? Here's the beautiful part. Our childhood may explain us, but it does not have to define us forever. You can learn healthier love. You can unlearn survival habits. You can stop chasing emotionally unavailable people. You can stop confusing inconsistency with passion. You can stop settling for relationships that drain you. And honestly, one of the biggest parts of healing is realizing you no longer have to earn basic love. Woo! That lesson right there changes everything. Because a healed woman starts dating differently. She notices red flags faster. She stops romanticizing struggle love. She stops auditioning for bare minimum effort. She starts choosing peace over potential. And baby, that growth will have people saying, "You changed." Yes, that was the goal. To the woman who grew up without a father, listen right now. I want you to know something. You are not harder to love. You are not broken. You are not doomed in relationships. You simply may have had to learn life differently. And healing means becoming aware of how you experiences shaped you without letting them control you forever. It means giving yourself compassion. It means learning emotional safety. It means choosing people who feel peaceful instead of familiar chaos. And most importantly, it means becoming the love, protection, and consistency you always deserved. I would like to say this in closing. Today's episode was deeply personal for me because losing my father at 12 impacted me in ways I probably didn't even fully understand until adulthood. And healing has taught me something important. We cannot heal what we refuse to acknowledge. And sometimes the strongest things we can do is finally telling the truth about how certain experiences shaped us. Not for pity, not for blame, but for freedom. Thank you for sitting with me today. Thank you for allowing me to be vulnerable. And thank you for continuing to grow alongside me here on Metamorphosis, a healing journey. I'm your host, Tyra Wright. And until next time, love, protect your peace, choose yourself, and keep growing through though what tried to break you. Bye, loves.